So guys, today back for another video on the channel. Today we're here for the Manchester City versus Newcastle United preview. A massive game at the Etihad Stadium. Newcastle United's first away game of the season. Potentially my first away game of the season. Anyways, we'll be looking at Manchester City, looking at Newcastle, and going through as we normally do for a preview. Make sure to leave a like, boys, subscribe to the channel. Views and subs are going up at the minute on the channel. I'm loving doing the YouTube at the minute, so if you could leave a like and subscribe, it would mean a lot. Anyways, let's get in the video now, and we'll start off by looking at Manchester City. So a disclaimer as well, this preview is actually going to go up, and I'm recording it before Man City play in the Super Cup. It's basically where the Champions League winner plays the Europa League winner, so it's Man City versus Sevilla, and I'm recording it beforehand. I think Man City, yes, it is a trophy, yes, they are guaranteed to go into that trophy with winning the Champions League last season, but I think their focus is on Newcastle on the weekend. It's a massive game, both teams flying. But we'll have a look at Manchester City. Big news came out Tuesday when recording this. Kevin De Bruyne will be sidelined for 3 to 4 months. Massive injury for Man City. Awful news. It is. Player that could destroy Newcastle by himself, and having him missing is such a bonus. He started in the midfield with Rodri and Kovacic had to come in for him as well. He's the captain of Man City as well. People forget that. It's a shame for Man City, of course it is, but it's a positive for Newcastle, absolutely. Kovacic is a very good player, but I'd arguably say Gundogan's a better player than Kovacic, and obviously he's left to go to Barcelona now. And I'd expect Rodri and Kovacic to start in that midfield for Man City, but yes, they might not have De Bruyne, but they've got Erling Haaland, 2 goals already this season in the Premier League. My captain for FPL, pretty much everyone's captain in FPL, and I couldn't give a fuck if he doesn't score on Saturday. Obviously, he's just so big and strong, and City fans and any fan will tell you how good he is. Everyone knows how good he is. Will he break Shearer's record? Most likely, probably before he even reaches the age of 30. I think he's the same age as me, and he's doing this in the Premier League. Absolutely mental, but 2 goals against Burnley on the weekend. Obviously, they were the first Premier League game back. One player I actually really like for Man City is Rico Lewis, the left back. Obviously, he came in through the academy and whatnot, and he's just had a new contract today. He looks like a really, really good player. Obviously, I think City are going to try and protect him as much as they can to keep him in their team, to make sure he's fit and not get a big injury and stuff like that. And he can start week in, week out for City. Definitely, 100% with the players he's got around him. He's going to develop so well, especially with Nathan Ake, Akanji, Walker. That is such a good defence, considering the defenders have got missing in John Stones, Ruben Diaz and whatnot. A very, very good defence. Obviously, like Laporte, Gvardiol, who they've signed, they've got a very good team, Man City. That absolutely, even the attack that I played against Burnley, you've got Ford on the left, Bernardo Silva on the right, Alvarez in the middle, and Haaland up top. That's a very strong attack, absolutely, and especially being back at the Etihad for them lads. First, the last time we played the Etihad was probably their last game in the Premier League at the Etihad, where they lifted the trophy, I would have thought, but they've absolutely smashed it. Obviously, they've only signed Gvardiol and Kovacic in the window, but everyone's got them as favourites to win the league, absolutely. And do I see? It's hard to see how their team will play after, obviously, because they've got that game on Wednesday against Sevilla. I wish I could record it beforehand, but I just really haven't got the time now, and this is the only day where I've got to do videos, is today. I want to speak more about Newcastle, obviously, later on, and about what's happening with me and what to expect on the channel for this game. But Man City, brilliant team, brilliant coach, should do well, potentially could beat Newcastle. We'll have to wait and see. So then, Newcastle, before I start speaking about the tune and what happened on the weekend, let's speak about what's actually going to happen. This weekend, I've already got a boot. We've had a plan for quite a long time. Me and my girlfriend are actually going to Manchester this weekend, Friday to Monday, long weekend there. So we've got loads of time to spend there. Obviously, who plays there? Man City versus Newcastle. I've applied for the ballot. When this video goes live, I should find out if I've got a ticket or not. If you want to go and follow my Instagram, Twitter, anything in the description down below, all of it's there, Snapchat and that, I will be posting it on there if I do get a ticket or not. This video will go out after the ballot ends, but I explain it in a ticket video as before, if you want to go on the channel and see that. Basically, season ticket holders can now apply to get a ticket, and that is basically it. Not members, just season ticket holders. I'm not sure how many are actually going to try and get a ticket. I'm not sitting there saying I'm guaranteed to get a ticket, but when you've got the game, could potentially be sitting in the away end from a 25-minute walk from your hotel, I'm not saying no to that, and it's only £26 for a ticket. I'd love to go. I'd really love to go. Obviously, I'm in Manchester as well. That's like, they're going to be the annoying thing if I can't go. But even if not, I'm not going to sit in the home end like what I did with the Old Trafford game. I think it'll be too late to try and even get a home ticket now with all the digital tickets and whatnot. And it's just an absolute faff on sitting at home and not being able to speak, because obviously people could just tell that I'm Geordie, which is not good. It's one of them, but what can you do? If not, if I don't get a ticket, which is unfortunate, I'll just be on the piss in Manchester. So I might still do a video, even though it'll be quite late. I've had a couple of drinks. You never know, you might see a drunk Binksy on the channel on Saturday night, but you have to wait and see. Anyways, let's actually speak about the game. That is my situation done. Hopefully you will be seeing a vlog on Saturday night. Anyways, Newcastle United, top of the Premier League as we speak, 5-1 win against Aston Villa. The vlog was absolutely classy. You better go and watch it. But in that game, absolutely superb. Every player worked their socks off and done so well. Before the game, Jamie Redknapp, I think it'll take time for Tonali to adapt to the Premier League. 6 minutes later, scores on his Premier League debut. Honestly, it was brilliant. It really was. And yet again, Eddie Howe's got a tough choice in the team. He does. Obviously, Barnes scored an assist in 22 minutes. Wilson scored off the bench. For once, Newcastle United have got a good bench, and that's one thing I realised. I mentioned it to a couple of lads in Grafton, they completely agreed. Well, actually, on a good bench. When Willock's fit, and we've got the likes of Livramento, and then you've got Barwell, just from example from the game against Aston Villa, you've got Barnes on the bench, you've got Livramento on the bench, you'd have Willock on the bench, Longstaff on the bench, Murphy on the bench, Callum Wilson on the bench. They're players there who I'd sit there and go, bring them on, and I'm absolutely fine. I'm not sitting there going, fuck's sake, he's coming on, or whatever. I'm not, none of that. I'm very happy with that. If we can get a couple more signings on the door, we'll have to wait and see. I don't think any signings will come through. Obviously, if anything happens, I will get it up on the channel. But Newcastle going into this game, we have not won at the Etihad since, from my memory, 2014 in the Carabao, no, well, in the Carling Cup, as it used to be called. Rolando Aarons and Moussa Sissoko scored on a midweek game in November, I think it was. But that was the last time I think we won at the Etihad. In the Premier League in the Etihad, honestly, I could not tell you. I really couldn't. At home, we've beat them a couple of times. Pep Guardiola struggled at St James's Park a couple of times, but overall, it will be a tough game, and we'll kind of let Man City down and be like, oh, it's one of them. Obviously, we seen last season we got beat 2-0. The season before, I think we got beat 5-0 there. It is a tough game, absolutely, but you've got to go there full forces. We're in the Champions League for a reason with Manchester City. We're on the levels with them. Nothing can say we can get beat or can't win, as I should have said. Nothing's stopping us, absolutely. And if I've got to say a prediction, it's because we don't win at the Etihad, but if I go to that game, I'm going to feel like we're going to win. If I could have my first away day with a win, it would be a dream. But now what? Let's be optimistic. 1-1. Might be a bit overconfident. City are a very good team, but who knows? 1-1. And that's the end of the video. If you want to go and see me stuff, I'm in Manchester, obviously, with the game being on. Make sure to follow the social links. I'll be posting stuff on Snapchat when I'm literally just out and about in Manchester. Make sure I do so. If any Toon fans are there, I'll be doing the vlog and whatnot on the Saturday if I go. I'm just praying I get a ticket. Follow the Instagram and let you all know, boys. I'll put in the comment section of the video if I do get a ticket. If not, any other fans apply to the ballot. Best of luck getting a ticket, and if anyone is going because I've got loyalty points, see you there. Anyways, see you in the predicted team video tomorrow, boys, and hopefully a vlog on Saturday. Away the lads.